Hello everyone, good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Hi Nikita, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Hi Chopra uncle, thank you for joining.
Good morning, how are you?
Just thinking about you. And then I saw you join. How cool is that?
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for joining. So nice to see you. So hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Morning Star. And so if you are on video or if you're going to talk on audio, then this will be a telecast on Facebook Live and our YouTube channel. So if you don't want to be seen or you would not like to be visible to others, then please keep your cameras off and do not talk. If you're going to talk, if you're going to be on camera, you're going to be seen. You're giving us consent to be seen. So everything that brought up in that down, we just try and create it right, wrong, good, bad, what, walk, all nine, transfers, poets, and beyond. Hi, Rachita, Usha, Nikita, everyone, welcome. Welcome everyone who's here. Hi, Isha. So nice to see you after long. So, yes. So today I'm going to talk about a very a topic that we've not talked about in Morning Star so far. So how does it get better? And you can join us on Zoom. Now, whoever has registered with our link, you will get a recording of this call for lifetime. The recording will be available at nest.nithyachellam.com. You just have to go there and you'll see this recording. So please do register. There is a registration link for Morningstar also. And whoever is on Instagram, please type your questions. I will try to answer as much as I can. Whoever is on Zoom, you can unmute yourself anytime and ask. You're also welcome to type your question. I do read very fast, so I can read. And what I would request is to keep your question kind of relevant to the topic today and not like something that's so off topic. So let's get started. And before that, let me start with a disclaimer. Guys, this is a gift call and I'm doing this so that I can gift something to all of you, whoever are joining, whoever listening, even whether you're listening offline on YouTube. And there is so much free material, Morningstar calls, more than 100. There are some Soul Temple calls on my YouTube channel. There are some talks about how to change your life. So please go and watch all my free calls. Do not ask me to gift you classes or sessions. That's a request because I'm getting a lot of WhatsApp like, can you gift me this whole class? Will you gift me this class? I'm not going to do that. So please do not ask that. And it's very funny the way people ask me, like, can you gift me a whole class? I really want to do your class. I don't have money. So give me the class. I'm not going to give classes. But these are gifts. So go back and refer to all the 100. I'm sure if you listen to all the 100 calls or more, definitely it will change everything that you're looking for. Of course, the class will give you much more than what this call does, but this call is not anything less. And we've seen a lot of people change lives. So please do listen to the free calls rather than asking for free classes. So everything that brought up in it, I'm going to destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine choice, boys, poets, and beyonds. And I'm so grateful to each one of you who's joining today, who's willing to receive, for you guys to receive. Hi, Seema, thank you for joining. I'm so excited to see all of you today. Seeing a lot of people who are joining after a long time too. And hi, Ritu, thank you for joining.
So, hi, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Geetika. So I'm not telling hi to everyone, but hi everyone who's here. So let me get started. We're going to talk about.
Good morning.
Morning, Geetika. We're going to talk about superior judgment. How many of you have been there, done that? So everything that brought up in that, I'm going to destroy and create it. right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, this. We've talked a lot about judgment, but have we talked about have you been very superior? Have you been so overconfident? And have you been so overconfident about something? Because for me, it was like I can be so overconfident that, especially when I used to study for exams, I won't study till the last day because I'm like so overconfident that I know it. And then the last day, I'll become so overconfident. And then I don't know anything. So I'll go between, I'll just go between being extremely overconfident to being extremely underconfident. And I can just be two different personalities. And I can play extremes so well. So have you done that? Have you been so overconfident? So everything that brought up and that done for you, will you destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, person. Has that worked for you? Has superiority worked for you? Has it limited your life or has it made your life better? So let's talk about how superior judgments does limit you and why any sort of judgment is a limitation. And by now, if you've listened to enough morning star calls, you would have learned that you should stop judging yourself. You might know it, whether you're doing it or not is a different story, but at least you might know that let me not judge myself. Let me be there for myself. Let me take care of myself. So everything that brought up and that on for you, will you now destroy and create it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys, words and years. So I'm going to tell you a story. This is a very funny story and it's a little scary also. This happened to me when I was in college. To stay in this hostel, and it was a girls' hostel, and my room was in the ground floor. There were four floors or five floors. I was in the ground floor, and three of us were sharing a room. So that day, suddenly they said they spotted someone trying to peep into the women's hostel. So there's some person who's looking into the windows of the girls' hostel into the rooms. And obviously, they can't peep in the first floor, second floor. They will be peeping in the ground floor. So that scared a lot of people. And then we were three people in the room. So, and then I was like, why are you scared of this? I don't get scared of strangers or the night or the dark, or a lot of these things don't scare me at all. Or going alone. Never been scared of that stuff. I was scared of my reputation or how my boss likes me or not. That was a different story, but I wasn't scared of these normal stuff. And then my roommate was so afraid. She's like, what happens if that guy comes, speaks in our room? What should we do? And my bed was the closest to the window, okay? Her bed was away from the window. So there was only one window or two windows in the room, and mine was like closest to the window. So then I'm like, why are you scared of this? Who can do anything to you? I'm like, I'm not scared. And then I laughed at her. See how superior I was being? I was laughing at her. And then my other roommate came in, and then she said, I'm extremely scared. So I'm not going to sleep here today because they're saying that people are coming. Someone is speaking into the ground floor rooms. And my other roommate also laughed. So both of us had a good laugh. And we were like, how can you be so stupid and dumb? Nothing is going to happen. And then she's like, no, I'm going to another room. Then we were like, okay, we're not stopping you. And then she went to another ground floor room. And I was asking her, like, wouldn't it be more logical if you go to the first floor or the second floor or the fourth floor? If you go to another ground floor room, anyone can come, right? But the room she went to the ground floor was little closer to the office and the place where the watchman stays and like that. But I made so much fun of her. I was like, you should have logically gone to the fourth floor. Again, I was being so superior. And my other roommate also like laughed at her and said, this doesn't make this is like so stupid. And then she left. And then we were getting ready to sleep, and then we laughed at very nice stuff. We were like, she's so frightened of something so trivial. I don't know why she's making such a big fuss. And then we both slept off. So I slept very happily, and I'm sleeping, and I'm a very sensitive sleeper. So usually I get up at 4 a.m. or sometime in the night. If there's a small noise, I will wake up, or something or the other. If there's a very small movement, I will wake up. So what happened is at 4 a.m. I just woke up. This is because I had to go to the bathroom, not for any other reason, and I'm up. I'm awake. And then I look. So obviously my roommate is not there. One of them went. The bed is empty. And I look at the other bed. That's also empty. My other roommate who slept with me and said, we don't have to be afraid of all of this. Her bed was empty. And that's when I was like, I got afraid. I was like, did she see something? Did someone peek in? Why did she leave? And she's not there at 4 a.m. She slept with me. And now she's not there. So everything that brought up and led on, right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and yours. And then I was like, The only reason she was so confident that nothing would happen, the only reason she would have left is if she saw something. Like, why did she not wake me up? I mean, we were making so much fun of the other person, but if actually there is someone peeking in your room, I wouldn't want to be here, right? Because I really thought that wouldn't happen. And I got so frightened, and everyone's room is closed. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, right? If you're going to knock, I don't know where my roommate went. I don't. If you're going to knock someone's door, they're not going to open at 4 a.m. and they're going to make a noise in the hostel. And I really didn't know what to do. And so I went to the washroom. I came back, and then I was like not sleeping. I was like, which is the best part in the room? I should say, what happened? So for 2 hours, I was like, I don't know. I was actually afraid because she was so confident that nothing will happen. I won't leave the room. And then at 6 a.m., my roommate comes back. And then I'm like, I'm awake. And she's like, you're awake? I'm like, what happened? She said, no, nothing happened. Okay, I just got frightened around 1 a.m. And I thought, what if that guy comes? So I decided to go to someone else's. And I told her, that is fine, but you should have just told me. Then I wouldn't have been frightened. I would have slept alone. Because I woke up and I saw you were not there. And I was like, I don't know what happened. And she's like, yeah, but you were sleeping so nicely. So I didn't want to wake you up. And I was like, you should have just woke me up, or you should have just told me that I just don't want to sleep here. I want to go. She's like, no. And I just made so much fun of her. And what happened? She's like, that's all true. But I suddenly felt afraid. Okay. So have you guys gone through this where you've been so superior, you made fun of someone and then it came and backfired on you, and then you're holding on to the guilt of what you were? So everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, for shots, boys, poets, and beyonds. All the big five that you're using to be superior, to judge others, and then to regret and hold on to the guilt of judging others, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and talk, all nine shots, boys, poets, and beyonds. Have you been there, done that? Have you been so superior, laughed at someone, looked down on them? But you're not a being of judgment. And whenever I've like felt what this person is doing is so stupid, I've started creating the same kind of nonsense in my life. So that's the other reason why you don't judge, whether it's superior judgment or inferior judgment, because you will create that. Whatever you judge, you start becoming. So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, with that, what walk, all nine shots, boys, words, and beyond. So another example is there was one of my clients who was like feeling bad that her friend wasn't talking to her and she was crying. My friend is not talking to me. And I was like, I didn't understand it at all. I was like, who will cry if your friend doesn't talk to you? I mean, it's okay. Friends talk to you. Who cares? They don't talk to you. Who cares? I was like, why would even someone cry? I mean, if your family doesn't talk to you, maybe you can cry. Because my family is like so different. Like my sister, I literally don't call her for months until it's something important we will call. Otherwise, no. If I'd gone to Goa, I'd literally call my mom like 0 times. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, walk, all nine, just boys, women. I'm like, I'm fine. I don't have to call and tell my family I'm fine. How are you? We don't do that in our family. And unless it's something important, that's why even my mom calls me only if she feels something is important when I travel. So that's how we function. And I'm like, if your family doesn't talk to you, maybe you can cry. But why would you cry if your friends don't talk to you? I mean, who does that? And I have this whole story of making good friends and then leaving. So leaving the school, changing the school. So I'm used to like just cutting ties with friends because I've moved locations or they're no longer in my life for some reason or the other. And then I made 2 very good friends. For the first time, I understood how deep friendship can be, how amazing friendship can be. And then they stopped talking to me. Then I started crying, but they're not talking to me. So when you do judgment, you kind of create it. And because that was not my reality, but I did judge her. I was like, who will cry if a friend doesn't talk to you? I mean, that's so dumb. That's so stupid. So first of all, to even understand that, I had to create good friends because I wouldn't have cried for other friends in my life. Right, wrong, good, talk, all nine shorts, boys, girls, and beyonds. So you see how you limit yourself by doing this superiority. What if you can learn not to judge anyone else, even if what they think or what they do seems extremely stupid to you? What fun do you get with that judgment? So everywhere you've decided that judgment is fun for you, you destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, talk, all nine shorts, boys, girls, and girls. Because there is a price to pay with these kind of judgments. We just think like, logically you think it's what they're doing is so stupid, I can just judge them. But what if you learn not to judge them? What if then you are space for them? Then they will behave very different. So if that time, if I'd not judged my roommate, she might have said, I feel comfortable sleeping here, or it would have just taken 1 second for me to say, yeah, if you don't feel comfortable here, go and sleep there. What's the big deal, right? Why are we so prone to judgment? Because that's the way we've been brought up. We've been brought up like if someone does something that doesn't resonate with you or feels stupid, you have to judge them. You have to give your opinion. So everything that brought up in there down, will you now destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, boys, and beyond. So all the big five that you're using to do superior judgment, will you now destroy and create? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, boys, boys. Ritu, did you want to say something or ask something?
Yeah. Sometimes when we're, for instance, now that, like I was doing healing for somebody, and, when you run clearings for somebody, doesn't that also sort of come a little bit from a space of judgment? Because I know there's a fine line in being aware and judging, but sometimes when you're telling somebody, this is not okay, and this is the reason why you're having these issues, so you need to do this, that becomes a little bit of a judgment to clear for them, doesn't it?
Yes. So you have to be very aware of the energy you're functioning from. You have to ask yourself, am I judging them or am I giving them awareness? Will this contribute to what I'm saying? It's not natural for you to judge. So when I do have clients, they do tell me like bizarre stories that some are so unbelievable. And I'm like, get into wow, this is a different level of stupid, But then it's very interesting point of view. And I'm like, okay, can I change what I'm being right now? I try to change it in that instant because they're not be happy being my clients if I do
of course
energy of judgment. So the 10 second, in that 10 seconds, if you know what you are, how can you change it? And that's the beauty of Access. They do not, the way Gary tells us, you don't have to tell your clients anything. You don't have to tell them you're doing this or you're doing that. This is not okay. Ask them questions. What would you like here? Who are you being here? So there's you can do foundation to know more, but it's a very different way where I don't, so I start practicing that. I don't have to tell anyone what's wrong with them. Even if I have a judgment or an awareness, even if I have an awareness, I really don't have to tell them. You can just, because when they get to the awareness themselves, it's very different. And that's what it is. It's not your awareness that they require. It is their own awareness, because that's what's going to create the change. So what if you can instead ask them, hey, what's happening to you? What are you perceiving? What do you know? What do you know? Is the better question to ask them than you telling them this is what's happening, this, So so that's just a way of changing, and it helps a lot. Because I've done this thing of, had a couple of friends and they were going through some issues, and I was like, why don't you get it diverse? Like, I'm a superior person, and I'm like, I know what's right for them, right from walk all ninjas, boys, balloons. And they were fighting so much that they were, at that point, they said, you're right, what you're saying is right. And then after a few months, they made up. And then they're like, you're the one who tried to get us diverse. We don't want to talk to you ever again. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys, boys, nuts. No longer, because you don't know when people will use what you say against you. I don't tell them anything. Because at that point, I felt I was so right, and I'm telling the best solution, and I was like, diverse is not wrong, and blah blah blah. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys, boys. But let it should be their choice. It should not be, your information. So there's a very, it's a beautiful question. So there's a very subtle way of, doing that. But if you be non-judgmental, it's easier for you to be that.
Right. Okay.
And what if you get into more of interesting point of view? What if you practice? Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys, boys, and beyond. Krishna is asking, judgment actually shows you why we behave the way we do. In a way, yes. If there's something in your point of view creates your reality, right? So it need not be exactly a judgment. Any point of view that you've made a little solid. It could be a refined judgment. It could be a specificity. It could just be a small point of view that's solid. All of this create your reality. So if you look at your reality and you see something happening, like when my friends stopped talking to me, it was actually because I judged someone for not talking, for crying when their friends weren't talking to them. because I said that's not possible. And the universe was like, I'll show you how that can be possible. Right, wrong, good, bad, what, talk, all night, what's voice, go, and yours. And the other ways of judgment, this is so funny, superior judgment. I'm like, I used to stay in Coimbatore, lovely place, lovely climate. And then once I come to Chennai, and Chennai is extremely hot compared to Coimbatore, and so much traffic. The traffic is like, compared to Coimbatore, it was a different level of traffic. So I was like, whatever I do, I will never come to Chennai. And that's a judgment, such a solid judgment. I'm like, I'm not coming to Chennai. Chennai is not the place for me at all. Why should I even say that? Why would you even judge it? I mean, you can just keep your mouth shut or keep your mind shut. Within a year, the first job I get is in Chennai, and you have to move to Chennai. And I'm in Chennai. And then I started liking Chennai. It is extremely hot. There is a lot of traffic, but you get used to it because the traffic does move. And the AC is literally everywhere. As long as you're on the road is where you feel the heat. But once you're inside, it's like AC and this and that. And you can get used to the city. It's a very, very, very nurturing city as such. So, I started liking Chennai. And then I came to Bangalore. So I'm in Bangalore. It's extremely cold. And heat I can stand. Cold is something I really don't like. And then the traffic was double that of Chennai. If you want to see real traffic, Bangalore is the place to see. So everything that brought up in it, right, wrong, good, bad, what, walk, all nine yards, boys, I was like, this traffic is double crazy. And Chennai, how much of a traffic it is, people are a little respectful. If you drive on the road, they give you way. They don't come and cut on you and all that. In Bangalore, it's like people will drive from 6 directions and they don't really care. If you have to, and there are roads in Bangalore, trust me, where traffic is allowed in 6 or 8 directions. There'll be one coming like this, one going like this, one coming like that, and one coming like this. It is there in Bangalore. There's one junction like that. So, literally when I drive there, I'm like, which direction should I see? You should have eyes all over, right, wrong, good, bad, what, walk, all nine shorts, boys, boys. So I looked at Bangalore and I said, whatever it is, I'll never go to Bangalore. This is worse than Chennai. Worse than Chennai. And Radhika is saying nothing beats driving madness of Delhi. I think Delhi is comparatively better. I've been there. Doesn't seem as bad as Bangalore, especially the airport drive seems 30, 40 minutes. Bangalore is like take 2 hours. It's like a different ball game. Bangalore altogether, right, wrong, good, bad, hot, walk, all nine shorts, boys. At least what I've seen of Delhi seems better. And then I'm like, and within a year or 2 years, when I said I'm never coming to Bangalore, this is the place I don't want to be. Again, judgment. And when you make a judgment so strongly with the words never, you create that. Okay, and then like, not Bangalore at all. And then the company I'm working for is closing, and they're completely shifting from Chennai to Bangalore. They're like, you have to move to Bangalore. Right, wrong, good, bad, what, walk, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyond. I did have an option of staying in Chennai, but a different company. And so I don't know. And that time I just felt, Bangalore is the last place I want to be, but there was some reasoning. They said, I'll give you a better team. I'll help you study. So many things that I was looking for in my career. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm moving to Bangalore. And later, I realized it's because I made these stupid judgments is why I created coming here. So what if you hadn't said that? Now I'm very grateful to Bangalore. I kind of like it. The city has heated up. Cannot stand extreme cold, so it's kind of heated up. Maybe it's not good for the whole city, but it worked for me. And traffic is still crazy as can be. So everything that brought up in it on right, wrong, and that sort of all nine shorts, boys, words, and yours. I've kind of got used to it, and I have kind of like I'm able to get through the traffic also much easier. And I've become a better driver because of Bangalore. So I really have to thank Bangalore because again, you have to see 6, 7 directions and drive. So my friend had come from US and I said, I'll drop you. Then he said, no, Nithya, the roads to our houses are very small. Probably won't be able to drive there. And I'm like, that's okay. With Bangalore, I can manage. He's like, no, the roads are really, really tiny. I don't think you have a big car. I don't think you can, turn and this and that. And I'm like, let me give it a shot. It's okay. Then I'm driving and he's like, oh, I think you'll be able to manage the small roads. You're driving well. So everything that brought up in that right, wrong, good, bad, pot, walk, all nine shorts, boys, kind of up my driving skills. It is so good in the way you can literally get anything in your house. There's Swiggy and Tanzo, and you don't have to step out of your house. So if you have a good house in Bangalore, you literally like in heaven because there's nothing else. You don't have to step out for anything. That way, It is very nurturing, and I am very happy to be in Bangalore. But that's how I created all of this, right? And what if you don't have to do superior judgment? And what if you say, what's the best place for me? Let it show up. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all mentions, voice, words, news. Maybe I would have enjoyed my move to Bangalore rather than, this is the place I hate. How am I going to live here? And when I came to Bangalore, I was like, maybe 1 year or 2 years. This is not where I'm going to stay for the rest of my life. Again, another judgment, another conclusion. And that, kind of makes me stay here. So everything that brought up in that term, will you now destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all mentions, voice, words, news. Your point of view creates your reality. If you hold on to a point of view that's extremely negative or extremely positive, it becomes your reality. Whether you say, I don't want this, or whether you say you want it. When you say, I don't want it, you are making it happen because all your energy and your focus is on that. So what if you do not have to resist or react or align or agree with anything, but just ask to create data? So everything that brought up in that down, you destroy and create it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, on mentions, voice, words, news. And even superior judgment limits you. Why don't you just enjoy wherever you are, whatever is happening, so that you can create and greater? So everything that brought up and net down for you, will you now destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all mentions, voice, words. Does this call make sense for you guys? Does it make sense to you guys? Whatever I'm saying, is it relevant? I hope it's relevant, because this is what came up when I was like contemplating what should I be talking about today, and that story just popped up. I was like, it was such a funny story when, and it also tells you now what is the price you have to pay for judging others. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will not destroy and create it. Right, wrong, with that, one pop, all mentions, voice, words. Rachita Singh, going with energy. Okay, Chandani is saying, I'm looking for a house, but not finding a comfortable one. How can I change this? Look, keep looking. You have to be patient, and keep trying. You can ask, what can I do to find a house with ease? Right, wrong, with that. Hot box, all nine shots, voice, forward, and beyond. And when you're looking for something good, the universe will rearrange every molecule to give you that. Even if you want to create worse situation, the universe will rearrange every molecule to give you that. So if you're going to say I'm alone, the universe will have to rearrange everything to make sure all your friends don't talk to you, all your family are not available for you, and so many things. I've done that. I've been there, done that. I can create that within seconds. So whatever you say, the universe tries to rearrange everything to fit what you're asking, what you're thinking. So what if you just wait for the universe to rearrange things so that you find the right house? And it's okay if you don't like a few, keep looking. So yes, Usha.
Yeah, Nithya, good morning. Happy Guru Purnima. Yeah, Nithya, I wanted to ask you about this. If creativity, like I have created something in my universe, and then in between, I stopped doing that, and it's being done by somebody else. So in that point, like I said, that is an awareness, actually, basically making me that aware. Why did I stop doing that creation? So what is ease for me to have that, looking at other people doing that creation?
I did not get, what is your question?
No, I mean like copying. Yeah, somebody copy the creation of me doing it. So like that, it is uneasiness for me, for my body.
I guess it's okay, because if what you did is good, people will copy it. So it's okay. But no one can take away your creation from you. The original one that you did, even if people copy it, it's a copy. No one can take what you created. So creation is so unique to yourself, and no one can be you. And if people do copy it, just be an allowance. Probably it's very good, and they don't know how to do their original stuff. So it's their judgment. You don't have to do anything about it unless it's copyrighted material. Then you can go and sue them. And if you have some creation that's really unique and different, do spend some money on copywriting it. Then you can, then also there are people who will steal it, who will take the energy, because even my communion symbols book, one of my students literally, she took my whole class, and she said she's teaching it at a discounted price, and she was not even a facilitator. She was not, supposed to. And then some people who still do that, they don't honor what they learn from you. And And then she said exclusively communion symbol is hers. That's how she posted that, which was such a dishonoring of the energy which she'd learned from me. And that's when I published the book. Otherwise, I was not planning to publish it as a book at all. It was supposed to be a class and people pay for it and understand it. But I was like, what can I do to make the best out of it? And it had to be copyrighted, because if many people start doing this, they should know that it's come from me. So you can also ask the universe questions around this. Like if you want to copyright it, go ahead. But if people do, because it's like that. So access is from Gary. A lot of things I say are from him. Doesn't mean I'm copying him. And he says it's okay if you copy to make things greater. Go ahead. If you like someone doing something, it's not copying, it's an inspiration. So do get inspired by them. Allow yourself to inspire others. But there's a line, like they can't steal your stuff as such. And whatever, even if someone does steal what you've created, no one can take away that you were the first person who created it or it came from you. No one can, because you know that, you know the truth. So everything that brought up in that down, destroying and created, right, wrong, good, bad, hot, talk, online trust, voice, words, and words. And it's okay. Whoever, if anyone does copy stuff from me, I just feel they're inspired by me. And it's okay. And I do, when they do my classes, I do say these are things you can tell others, you can share with others. But there is a limit, so you can't just take something of mine and say it's yours. So you have to see where to copyright it, what to do, right? Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, because this reality is full of those competitive people who don't even understand the value of the honoring you and how much honoring someone can give you back. Like how much paying for a class can give you back. Because we did this intense matrix class, not an access class, and it was so amazing. Everyone changed their body, everyone grew taller. It was so amazing. It was something else. It wasn't even it was priceless. More than what they paid me, it was so priceless. But when they paid me so willingly, the amount of changes they got was so different. But people are not willing to pay. They're like, give it to me for free. Now, what is the value of that? Because paying someone is honoring them, and it automatically makes you get the energy very well, right? So this other person is like, give me discounts, and I'm like, do you want to change as much as you can, or would you like discounted change? What would you like? And that's what you do when you say, give me a discount, or I don't want to pay, or everything has to come for free. Yes, you can create that, but just did you ask what is going to create greater for you? And people who do copy to compete or things like that, they're not going to create greater for them. They're not going to be the best versions of them. They're not being conscious. So it will show up in their life one way or the other. It's not your problem. Allow consciousness to handle it. So that's fine, because their own guilt will bring them down if they know they're copying. If they don't know they're copying and they think they might have thought of it, because ideas, just like everyone is connected, ideas are also connected. If you get an idea, it need not be yours. There's someone who just perceives it, and they don't say who does it belong to. They think it's theirs. So we're all connected, right? So I've had amazing ideas, and I'll say this is what I should do, and I'll see next day before I even put it out, someone would have started on it. So it doesn't mean they copied me. It's just that we're so connected. So the thinking is similar, and consciousness is more or less telling you similar things. And consciousness doesn't wait. If there is something coming from consciousness, if you don't take it and implement it, it automatically goes to the next person or whoever else is willing to receive it. So there's
yes, that is true, Nithya. It has happened to me many times. Many times it has happened.
Yeah. So act upon it. Like, what action can I take? Yeah, ask questions. And it's okay, you'll get so many more opportunities. So consciousness is kind that way. So you'll get another opportunity and just seize it, or another possibility, and keep working on it. So everything that brought up and led down for you, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, talk, online, transform. Like I say, I have this capacity for talking. So I do talk too much, but I hope it's relevant, everything I told you. Okay. And what if you can acknowledge yourself for inspiring people? How does it get better? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, talk, online, transform, and beyond. And so what Gary said is he just wants access to be all over, and he wants people to keep saying, how does it get better? What else is possible? And it's not necessary that anyone says that this has come from Gary Douglas. He just wants the tools to be out there and people to keep using them. And he said, even if no one gives me any credit, I would like all of these tools to be out there, which is so amazing. He's not looking for the credit that I've created it, people have copied it. And because he's not looking for that, everyone gives him credit. Whoever has done access do talk about Gary really highly. So when you don't have an expectation for this is what I've created, this is what people should know about me, because that is a judgment, right? When you're looking for people to acknowledge you, to say this is what you've created, and then it just reduces the energy of what it can be. So what if you just enjoy your creations and allow them, because once you've created it, it may be a life form you've created, but it has a life of its own, it has an energy of its own. And what if you allow your creation to become the greatest it can be, whether you're there or not? So everything that does not allow you to only perceive and receive that, right, wrong, with that, or not, all just
One more, Nithya, that she actualized it in her reality, in her universe. And then she said, yeah, I will share with you something. But till now, she have not shared. So in that, I said, okay, then I messaged her, when you are going to share? Yeah, I will share. Not now. I mean, how to be eased to that circumstances when that we ask and then she is not sharing, but when she has it, she said, I will share it with you. I mean, later, and it is diminished. The answer is not there like that.
You have to grow up. No one keeps up their word. Please do not expect people to do what they say. If someone comes and tells me, and I have had this happen to me so many times, they'll come and say, I'll give you this, you did this for me, I'll pay you, I'll do that. And they don't. They don't expect anyone to keep up their words. Why do you expect people to keep up what they say? So all the expectations you have of them, you're destroying and create. Right, wrong, good, bad, what, all mentions, noise, fluence, and words. Okay, you'll meet all sorts of people, and they may even forget what they told you. They may intentionally not give you. They may not want to give you. They may have just said it for as a lie. So many things are going on. But what if you don't get upset and you just create? Your life and your creation is not based on what someone else said. If it is, please do see what you can change here. Please do work on yourself. There's a lot of work to be done. Okay. Yes, Radhika.
Thank you. Nithya, I'd like you to talk a little bit about judgment and the killing energy.
Okay, what is your specific question?
So what is the difference between the two? And isn't killing energy also something like a judgment that you throw at the other person to kill their limitations?
Again, it depends on the space from where you're coming from. I can be superior and say, I'll kill you if you're like this. I can do it with that judgment. I can do it with presence. So it depends on how you're using it and what you're being. So if it's a judgment, you'll probably solidify and hold on to it. So if someone is trying to abuse me, and I have to, when do you have to be the killing energy, right? When someone is trying to abuse you, or you're walking alone in the road at 12 a.m. in the night.
It's for protecting. So from a space, so when you have to protect yourself.
When you have to protect yourself, when you say, this is not acceptable for me, I cannot tolerate this behavior, right? Like everything else, I can be in allowance, and killing energy is also allowance. It is not that judgment, because I have to be a different energy to be space for others, to take care of myself also, right? I cannot say that I will be space for others, I'll take care of you, I'll do everything for you, but you can abuse me, you can take me for granted. That's no longer allowance. That is, again, going back to superior judgment. Like, I want you to like me, so I'll do everything for you. I'm too kind. Like kindness, you can change into superior judgment. Empathy, you can change into superior judgment. Altruism can become superior judgment. So if I don't have that kind of judgment, and I know there's an abusive energy, or this, I'm not a doormat if I'm an allowance. So I'm like, this doesn't work for me. And if you do it again, I will kill you. That's killing energy. And it's without judgment, because they will stop, and then you will still continue working with them or having that relationship or whatever. And next time you treat them as who they are today. But if it's a judgment, you're going to like, I'm not going to talk to you. You've done this. Never come in my space again. You'll hold on to that solidity. You kind of make it a judgment. So that's the way I understand it. So what if you can be it when you require and not hold on to it? And what if you can keep changing your energy based on, You don't even have to be the same energy for the same person. You have to be a different energy even for the same person for who they are today. That's how dynamic you can be and you should be if you truly would like life to be. Does it make sense, Radhika?
Yeah, thank you. That clarifies a lot. Thank you.
I explained it well. How did it get better? I'm just acknowledging myself. How does it get even better than that? Keep acknowledging yourself. Keep celebrating yourself. Keep, all the little things of what brings you joy, all the little things of what you've achieved. Keep acknowledging. Okay. So right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So how does it get better than this, guys? I'll take one last question if anyone has. Otherwise, we'll be closing for today. And I will see you guys next Monday. Before that, on July 8th, this Saturday, I do have a class. We do have a free call on what is body sculpting. Body sculpting is one of the classes which I have founded myself. And for the first time we are doing it. It is designed to change a lot of things in your body, from your shape to the way you look. Obviously, if shape changes, the way you look will change, but to the texture of your skin, to your blood, and a lot of things. It's an amazing class, and you have to practice it, but you will get amazing tools to do miracles, if nothing short of that. So if you are interested, please do join to know more on July 8th. And I do have classes coming up in Ahmedabad and in Mumbai. So if any of you are interested in those cities and you're looking for any class in Ahmedabad or Mumbai, foundation bars, just let me know. I will be doing foundation in Ahmedabad also around the end of this month, by July, around July 25th to 27th. So if anyone is interested, do let me know. And yeah, so amazing new classes coming up for the first time on the planet. So it's a good idea to be there and not miss it. And you will change your body, and you will see how magical your body can be. So everything that brought up in that down, will you now destroy and create it? Right, wrong, all the transformers present. And foundation is also such an amazing class. In 3.5 days, you literally change everything in your life. That's the class that gives you a different sense of freedom. It makes you understand these tools, and you can change relationships, you can change money, you can change anything. Anything is there in that number. The way you function will be very different. It's one of the best classes that thanks to Gary Douglas has been created. And what else? So if you're interested in vast classes or foundation classes, let me know. I'll be traveling to Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Delhi also shortly. So everything that brought up in that down, right, wrong, with that. Hot box, all 9 shots boys for him. Delhi yet not, dates are not finalized. And in the month of July, I'm going to start How to Become Money Workbook. Again, this amazing book by Gary Douglas. If you would like to change your money reality, it's an investment, because whatever you pay will come back. Again, it comes back as long as you follow the tools, as long as you get what the facilitator says and use it. If you're not going to use the tools, then they're just going to lie there. But it just helps you understand an interesting point of view to a different level. So if anyone is interested in changing not only your money reality will change for sure. A lot of things will change. If you're interested in this 10-day call, 10 hours of 10 days call, How to Become Money Workbook, do let me know. Do get in touch with me. How does it get better? Okay. So I will then see you guys next Monday, and have a great day. And let's go beyond judgment. What if now is the time for us to stop judgment of any time? So everything that does not allow you, be perceive and receive that will be destroyed and created. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 trust, points, poets, and yours. And all the big 5 that you're using to hold on to judgment, will you now destroy them? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9 trust, points, poets, and yours. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a great day.
Right, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Nithya.
Thank you so much, Nithya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.